I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I don't have a filter, but I do have tact. If you're gonna say anything racist or ableist, just know that I've absolutely picked apart dozens of scores of crazies trying to do that kind of behavior. So, am I gonna hear any racist or ableist behavior in here right off the bat?
I don't think so. Can you hear me there? Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's a strange disclaimer, but
It is a strange disclaimer, it would seem at first, but when you realize that I've said, "Hey fellas, how's it going?" and if a lot of people used words that rhyme with chigger that I will not repeat,
oh my
then you'll suddenly
gosh.
realize it's not something that's unusual. It's just me being defensive rather than being offensive.
I
So am I
see.
going to hear any racist or ableist behavior, or may I go ahead and stay on this channel? Just curious.
No, you could say that I mean, I'm streaming publicly anyway, so I mean, it's not like I'm gonna use that here.
No worries then. In that case, I can go ahead and try this then. Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
No worries. So you're streaming Star Wars Dark Forces?
Yes, and I'll go ahead and put it up on the chat
Ah,
too,
cool.
so you could see it directly.
Thank you. Appreciate that, right?
Now, at
All
the
right.
very least, I'll go and say this: I might end up being a sailor once or twice if I die, but I don't
Well, what
usually.
I'm referring to, again, just to reiterate here, the conversation pretty much went like this. I joined a
Hold on, hold on, hold
channel.
on, hold on, hold on.
Now, I have to say this, but I
I'm gonna
went to a
mute the
channel
public one.
and they were talking about sports.
Okay,
And the other
well,
thing, too, also, and like I said, also as well, one of those extreme examples, somebody asked about my username, which I ignored them 3 times because I knew what they're trying to get at. And when I finally told them that I'm a Jew, they basically said that Hitler was their idol and that they wish to
oh my
finish Hitler's
gosh.
noble work and they wish to wipe out me and my people. So there you have it. That's why I'm defending some crazies
Okay,
on
well,
Discord.
okay, yeah, no worries. I'm actually more worried about getting that on the other
No
stream, but
worries. I'll go to
nah, nothing like that. I do not.
Excellent.
I would like to
We'll
not get
see.
into politics, and I'm relatively neutral when it
Same
comes to anything.
here.
So that being said,
Same here. All right, let's enjoy ourselves then.
anyway, where were we?
Follow the leader.
And
Let
let me tone down the music real quick because I can't really hear too much of what's going on. The text is on, so
No worries.
that's
Like I
that.
said, I used that quote "no worries" all the way back years ago and stuff on public forums so I could record. So no worries. I'm glad you're following my questions.
Ah, no problem.
Ah, so you're on this level. Why should I?
Yes, and I was getting kind of creamed. Though I'm probably gonna get creamed on the next level too. Forgot how
Well, the
that.
gun you have might be more of cheese, but
I bet it would be cheese, but there's a whole buttload of these Transdeshinosans, however you call them,
they call them Trandosans, I think. is that term?
Trandoshans.
Yeah, Trandos. Not that Star Wars matters. I mean, Trandosan.
Here you go. Ah, my God, I'm still. How in the hell do I get out of here?
Now, in this case, I'll wait. I'll wait for advice if you want it. No worries.
Here we go. I forgot. Do I need to jump from here to there? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I need the key. Okay, yeah, I got that. I kind of
I
remember.
find so funny about this game in general is that Kyle's basically like almost like a one-man like secret ops army. Because he has the idea of infiltrating a base, he's basically neutralizing by himself.
Yep. Here it is. And that's kind of like what I was discussing with somebody else earlier.
My favorite thing about the series in general, though, like, well, start the Dark Forces saga, right? It's just Kyle's very snarky, but at the same time, he's not super arrogant. Like, like Aiden or whatever in the later games, he's like, yeah, he's angry, just don't misuse it. He'll say that he's had struggles, and like he like basically says that, yeah, I've had struggles and stuff too, or whatever.
Yeah.
See that.
Oh my god, taking damage. I want to say HP is down 40%.
Weapon uses.
How many secrets am I? That's a funny number. I get the feeling I missed some already.
By the way, are you the kind of person who wants to discuss like Star Wars, so to speak, lore or what it's based on for fun?
I'm okay with anything.
Sure,
I'm okay with anything that's not Disney Star Wars. Like pretty much.
In that case, so I looked at an article and I typed things onto AI just to see ideas bounce off of it. Bag. I actually hate it. But I typed in ideas on it, trying to compare Obi-Wan and the Jedi in general to old school martial arts, and particularly military martial arts. And the analogy I used, because somebody brought this up first, right? Obi-Wan's basically a war veteran, and he almost acts like a Vietnam veteran specifically. And Han Solo is apparently like one of the most skilled like people in the galaxy at that point, as far as like blaster usage, right? When he meets Obi-Wan, he immediately assumes that Obi-Wan is some crazy nut job who is absolutely delusional and could not imagine him talking about this weird mystical force. And if he ever dared tell Han Solo at that point that he faced like and that he could go toe-to-toe with Darth Vader, Han Solo would immediately think this guy's absolutely nuts and off his rocker, right?
I don't know. Also, shit.
Well, the funny thing is, like, because Han's very much a skeptic, and even in episode 4, I pointed this out in the Falcon scene, Han tells, basically, Skywalker that, like, there's no such thing as the Force, and Obi-Wan's like, yeah, you're wrong, and Han's like, no, you're wrong about that. It's funny because you've got two characters that are very, and one cynical and one snarky, or what have you, right? But Han would have probably thought he was absolutely out of his mind to say, oh, by the way, I could literally go toe-to-toe with Darth Vader. And the thing is, Obi-Wan did that stuff, but what makes it more interesting is this only happened decades ago. It was only 30 years before that film that Jedi were common, they weren't a myth, and yet in 30 years, Han's like, yeah, I've never seen a Force or anything, right? So it's interesting how the Empire tried to make it look like the Jedi were a mere myth, and it happened in the span of pretty much less than 2 decades. And the parallel there in real life is, there is said to have been a martial arts that was so effective that it could have easily picked apart the best combatants in sports today, of UFC and boxing, or what have you. But people would never believe somebody if they said that, because that era is so past, and there's been so many changes politically, that a lot of that stuff was kept hidden. And I feel like George Lucas intentionally did that, with this analogy between the Jedi and Star Wars, and the original trilogy having pretty much no mention of the Force.
Well, to be fair, the prequels had to kind of fit into that, so...
They did.
I would
Because the other thing, too, is Han did call him a skeptic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... At the same time, he did kind of show respect before the attack on the Death Star. I don't know if you remember that.
I mean, he did in a way, agreeing with his like turn around to the ship and all that, but he still tried to call him a fool afterwards, and then said, "Where'd you dig up? You know, whatever."
Yeah, but that was before That was before his, I wouldn't say death, but his submission to the Force. And then right before the attack, he told Luke, "May the Force be with you," out of respect. So,
So yeah, because while Obi-Wan was there, yeah, that's the thing, right? Because Han Solo was very skeptical before that happened. This is yeah, once he saw Darth Vader, he's like, okay, yeah, there's something going on here. But that's the point, is and notice that Palpatine was basically in those old ways, so to speak. So Palpatine, what he basically did was he took out any potential threat or competition to his rule. By making the Jedi seem like a myth, Palpatine was basically going unchallenged because there wouldn't be a Force user strong enough that they could potentially challenge him even in old age.
I see. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Well, I was gonna say I'm surprised that the Dark Jedi didn't try anything, but they were kind of like a rogue band of pirates, so to speak.
Yeah, I doubt that even the Inquisitor could take on Darth Vader if we go at that continuity.
That's true.
But yeah.
All right.
But the reason I'm even saying this is because might not be an easy way to say this, but consider what would happen what would we say if I happened to have been trained at one point for about 2 decades by a person who came to the US who was a very, very powerful military martial artist who was in Vietnam in the Tunnel Rats. And that's how I was able to pick up that analogy as I see it in Star Wars.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just leave it there if you want.
I was kind of seeing something. Anyway, yeah, I really don't know. I don't know what to say.
It's
I mean,
fine.
it could go on and on, but
It's fine. Basically, I'll put it to you this way. This man had trained people so well. There were little kids with white belts back then who could fight better than UFC champions of today and boxing champions of today by far. And that seems like a myth. In the same way that in Star Wars, if you told Han at the beginning of Episode 4, by the way, these Jedi are like way beyond your blaster, Boba Fett almost without his armor, he'd think they're crazy. Even though it's reality 30 years. Yeah.
Jabba, what have you done with Jan? If any harm comes to her, I'll personally shove my blaster down your slimy throat. I wish you were here too, Jabba. There's nothing like roast Kel Dragon.
What I really like about Katarn Sass in these games is just how well he uses it versus the villains like that.
yeah, it's true.
I kind of picked up on that habit because it works really well in real life situations. A lot of people that try to play mind games with me, that sass is one of the best things to actually shut it down.
Interesting. Java's Revenge. I did not even know that this was called Java's Revenge. Missed that all after all these years.
Revenge of the Slugs, right?
Indeed. Okay. This is gonna be a hardcore rhythm game.
What? You're just punching like 3 giant lizards to death.
Actually, it's more like
Harm in that.
6.
I guess you could dodge the last 3 though, right? Just kill the first 3.
Oh shit! I remember that there's 2 at once on hard mode.
What's that?
Oh fuck! God damn it! There's gonna be 2 at once if I don't be careful. There's another one by that chamber that's already open.
Do you need to kill the one?
Oh shit! I will call that one.
He's almost dead.
I'm mixed up now.
Like, you can always go back and kill him and get him. I gotta say though, Pal's got a pretty interesting, punch right there. I mean, he can, you know.
Indeed. I'm trying to imagine what position this is. I'm assuming that he has his other hand wound back.
Yeah. I hate to say that, but that almost looks like a stance they use in military martial arts.
Could be.
It's just so funny.
Okay. There is about 4 of them out there, and one of them that is not awakened.
You could get the weapons first and then come back to one, right?
I could, but I'd still have to go out there and try to platform this.
You could kill one of them with a help on one side.
Yeah. I mean, one of them's almost dead, but it's kind of back there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, fuck me. Can I draw this guy over here?
Alright, let's look at the math here, right? Kyle has probably punched the thing about as many times as the
There we
grenade
go.
is hitting. So we're implying that Kyle's punches are literally on the level of space grenades.
Which is funny that the punches have no effect on Jedi Knights. Like, as much as the blasters don't.
That's funny.
Ah, what the hell? Thought I got that. Am I missing something here?
Might be the other side first or something.
Maybe.
Oh, I think I get it. So maybe you hit the switch, you go on the first side, the other side first, and it'll trigger the other side to raise for you. Yeah, and then you go that
Oh,
way,
shit.
go around quickly.
I see. Well,
He can't come through there.
yeah, he can't, but I can't get through there either.
Actually, what if you use that as a funneling spot and just launch out and punch them and come behind there? He can't bite you.
I mean, then I sweat. Now he still attacks even if he's... So I kind of attack him when he turns around.
Fun fact, actually, that was something I picked up from a historical battle.
Is it?
Yeah. There's this guy that was well. There's this admiral named Yi Sun Sin. He won. I think it was around 13 naval submarines and the Imperial Japanese one. He won every naval battle, being almost that outnumbered and outgunned, including that battle, because he basically funneled them all.
I thought it was going to be like some kind of a lizard punch battle, but I see.
But that's basically what we're doing right now. Like, you're outnumbered and out-armed, so to speak. And,
I mean, I read that's what something like ants do. Alright, there we go. Alright, there's still one that's in the inner chamber over there that I have not disturbed. I could come back and get him later. Off me. Okay, so
if
go
you want to
there.
be heartless about it, you could just have Kyle starve him to death by just leaving the sip. So my job is going back after it returns up.
Oh, I get it. Okay. If the Kellys are wiped out here, then that thing just stays on. That's kind of BS, but whatever. Well, now I have to deal with the Gamorreans.
The first major troll level with lines for everyone, right?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Wish I could have get a double kill, but whatever. Alright, 2 down. I gotta get in there. There's a shit ton more Gamorreans.
I doubt that overhand swing is working very well.
This is gonna be weird.
Actually, yeah, I was also thinking you could like get them to lure the grenades towards them, but
Ooh.
yeah. It's kind of
Problem is, I'm still taking
risky.
damage.
Yeah.
I'm taking damage again. I could rush in there, get the... Actually,
Oh,
I
you can
think...
do that, actually.
Yeah, I think I prefer to get rid of these guys somehow.
AI testing itself since 1996, right?
And, would this be considered AI? Yeah, I guess it would.
I mean, technically, it's like artificial intelligence, but it's more just coded scripts.
Oh. Shit.
But fun facts, by the way. This game was designed in a modified version of AutoCAD. This is the very first time I've ever touched AutoCAD as a child was using this game's map editor. And now I teach that little thing.
Only I knew what that was.
What was that?
Only I knew what that was. Oh, wow, it worked. Problem is I can't get that door open.
So AutoCAD's mainly used for like engineering and stuff, but they modified it for
Of course, there's a freaking mine there.
I mean, it's Java ship. This is where you're using boost the most lives in the game.
What the hell? A respawn? It's BS. Oh, that now when I need to revive the most, yes.
People try to joke that Armor Bear was literally Mandalorian iron in this game.
A what thing?
That his gear looks like a Beskar, basically. Mandalorian iron, since I use the whole term.
I mean, I can imagine that.
It makes sense, it fit his character.
Yeah. What should I use? What should I use?
Using Cutter sounds great.
Yeah.
Or you can use Mortar Cannon since it stinks in general.
I only have 3 more left, but I'll use 2 of them. Where's my... Okay.
If Kyle's able to literally punch something out like that, around the same amount of time it takes to shoot it that often and kill it, yeah. Django, I'm sorry, but your ability to kill Jedi with your bare fists, it's not quite that impressive anymore, is it?
Indeed. Though he's not a Jedi yet, so...
Let's make one of those overpowered fantasy characters we can in Star Wars. Who are you use? Well, we're going to make like Han Solo, but with more snark, and he's going to do everything on his own. Does he have the Force? Oh no, but just you wait to the next game, right?
I still argue that he's better than Rey.
Well, actually, that's the whole point. That's actually why I enjoy this character so much, it seems. Because he basically shows that there's a protagonist in Star Wars that can be that tough and not lose a hand. And by Rey, do you mean the Jedi Padawan of the New Jedi Order named Rey that we think about that Disney apparently is going to talk about for some reason?
I'm just gonna say the Disney Star Wars Rey.
Ah, fanfiction, I got it. No, we all know it's obviously Jaina and Jason Solo. Unless you're talking about the other one, which is Rebel Soul. Skywalker is very fortunate he didn't run across Bosk in Empire Strikes Back, because he would have cooked him with one of those shots. My question is, how would Darth Vader block this weapon? It kind of looks like it just blow everything up instantly at their feet, kind of thing. Well,
Probably. I always like to imagine this as an Inferno gun. Oops. Okay, I gotta remember that is the most important looking door. I need the red key for this, so I guess it's gonna be going through the important looking door. Oh my god.
you have the back end.
Holy hell.
And they still make you take damage, because, yeah. Right?
I found a way to get around it. Shoot the door.
Ah,
Oh, nice. I need this.
They even realize it. That's funny.
Though I think that Kyle takes a lot of damage going through these things. So I would imagine that he has to do some makeshift healing.
They kind of joke about that in Dark Forces too. Apparently in the comics, he outright mentions he has a
Oh,
shield.
for the love of...
Great. Clear shields. It starts just low. By the way, are you playing this on the... Okay, yeah, there's a Invoke Forces in here. Interesting. It's basically a short game. It works. Yeah.
Something happened in Toronto. Oh my god. This is getting so annoying, it's not even funny anymore.
This is basically the weed out level. They're trying to burn through your lives on purpose in this level.
There's like 2 levels that burn through my lives. This one and the last one.
Oh, speaking lives.
Yeah, but that's one of those hard to get secrets. Ah, shit. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna cheat my way up there. I'm not gonna blow myself up there.
He won't survive this if he did.
Yeah.
Did you see anything? I didn't see anything, right?
No, I didn't see anything at all. God,
This
Jabba
one I
loves
think has a
mines.
mine. Yeah. There might be a mine inside the room with the extra one out too, to be fair. I think there was.
Oh well, here we go. Wow, I got the 2 lives I lost back. Okay. I still got one more. Wow, no mines.
People found it weird that this goes from this game all the way to movie duels.
Nice. Wow, another one.
Another question is, how does a big slug like Jabba get around on this ship? I mean, if he has to travel through to Dragon or whatever these things are, how does he not get eaten alive in the process?
I'm pretty sure he doesn't travel through this whole ship. He's just where he needs to be.
Like, I was just almost picturing like he just brought in 2 Gamering guards and said, here, have some pork, and it just kind of slides through slowly while they eat the Gamering guards or something. Actually, this level does have a secret with a Jabba the Hutt jacuzzi or something. Which
Yes, I know, and it's like the most hardest secret to get to. Actually, I think it's the second most hardest. It should have been kept as an Easter egg rather than a secret.
Oh, doesn't this even have like the most disturbing version of Ewoks too, to be fair?
The most disturbing version of Ewoks?
Yeah. Like the 2 secret Ewoks.
I don't remember that.
So there's one in Fest, and there's one on the level right before robotics. They're in hidden alcoves, but basically they have Ewoks. They have really... It's hard to explain it. It's better if you saw it later, I suppose, but yeah.
Oh, dang, I got past both.
They are in the game. Yeah. Here. I know the sewer level is down there.
The level before Fest, and then which one?
It's Fest, and then the level before the robotics facility, where you're putting the tracking thing on the ship, the smuggler ship.
Huh.
Both of them have an Ewok, so-called Easter egg in quote. But yeah.
I'm gonna need to go back and look that up. How much time do I have? Up. And then take a dinner break, but I'll probably see if I can run through the Ram's Head and find that Easter egg.
And if you don't mind while I'm taking a break and stuff, I suppose I could, if it's alright with your viewers or whatever, I could just play back a video of some Fallen Order stuff. No commentary.
That's fine, but I usually go offline if I take a break.
Oh, I'm in on this like Discord channel, but yeah, don't worry.
That's fine.
I find it almost ironic that such a huge empire would also tolerate such a huge kingpin at the same time.
Well, didn't they... Oh, come on. Didn't the old Republic make a deal with Jabba at one point?
No worries. Well, they did make a deal, but that was because of the alliance, right?
I don't remember the Alliance making a deal.
Oh, I'm talking about the Empire making a deal to get the Alliance. Because, I mean, I'm sure the Empire would make a deal with the Kingpin to get a hold of those members.
What's this supposed to be, like a bar or something? Or is it supposed to be a museum of curiosities? Nah, it's a bar. No.
It's almost odd that it seems like I'm playing political chess. Or figure
Shit.
Alright, if you jump behind that thing, whatever. I guess Boba really was popular in Java.
Right.
It's like, you know, I joked about this with my friend a while back, long before the fanfiction came out. I'm like, you know, the thing is, like, Jango's a feared bounty hunter, and Boba Fett is pretty much like Jabba's like #1 henchman for some reason. Like, why did he just decide, you know what, I'm only gonna exclusively work for Jabba pretty much in everything here?
I think it's whoever has the money.
Yeah. Like, that's funny. Although somebody did point that out with like that, it's like the Falcon, so apparently you're already like it was weird to me that he even try to make some super bounty hunter like that. I'm like, look, if you're saying this is the best bounty hunter after Jango, but apparently according to your cartoon, so Obi-Wan and another Jedi are unable to apprehend them together. Whereas alone, Obi-Wan would have won the Jango versus Boba fight had he not taken off, given how exhausted was the end. Yeah, like I don't see how Cat Bane would have ever lost to Jango Fett.
Well, I mean, Mace Windu took him down.
Yeah, but to be fair, like Obi-Wan literally won that in the sense that Jango was like battered and beaten and lost all his equipment, and Obi-Wan was ready for round 2 and get Boba helping him inside the ship. But, you know, him and the other dude versus Cad, somehow Cad got away and was taunting them. It's like, what the? Something's off here. And to be fair, I'll make fun of something even if I, like, appreciate it. I do that with everything, as I have to give that disclaimer, because they're like, oh, you hate everything. No, I do that even if I like something.
Eh.
So yeah. This is actually one of my favorite like video games, it seems, period. But I'll still snark at it for fun.
Yeah.
And what's fun about this is, besides Marathon, it was like one of the premier like trailblazers for saying, hey, it's not about the exit, it's about the mission objectives. And I just thought that was so cool back then. And it really does fit the theme well. You really feel like you're playing the role of some secret agent or something, trying to dismantle something. Very different from the Doom series. In a positive way. Great for fraction of force. Knows too much.
What the hell? I'm running out of ammo.
When we were discussing how Star Wars might have been before the prequels came out or whatever, we had this idea of like what we were picturing with it and stuff. Picturing that like Obi-Wan and Anakin literally grew up on Tatooine together, like basically a bunch of country, you know, folk, and then one of them decided to go to war with, and they decided to go to war, and then, you know, after that one's like, doggone it, these two brothers went to war, here, I'm gonna bust their kid or something, tell them not to do that. And then the other thing I was wanting to remind you of that was, we presumed that Boba Fett was just some like extremely skilled scavenger, and that he found the Mandalorian suit from like the war, and that the Clone Wars was basically like, against a bunch of like people in that suit. So he basically got it. He basically got hold of it and got
I don't know about that.
I mean, it would have been interesting to see like a giant Jedi versus like Mandalorian thing, in terms of like the context of only the original trilogy. Not necessarily better or worse, just like interesting from a different take. I like how like the scrapbook whatever I got in the 90s.
Thanks, I thought I was done
No
for.
time for hugs. Let's get out of here.
What I liked about the 90s version, though, of that scrapbook is it said that Boba Fett was basically Boba that suit from some defeated Mandalore warrior during the Clone Wars. And then my friend was like, you know what? That is just barely technically accurate.
Huh.
Recall.
I'm just gonna do this just to get that Easter egg.
Fair enough.
If I can.
Gameplay
Wait, how
shot.
much? What's my... Oh, come on. Never mind. I thought I was gonna get all the secrets, but I guess not. Whatever, I'll just get this Easter egg. Ah, got it, first time.
Cool. There you go. Excusey, and I don't want to know why that's in there, right?
I know, right? Though I don't know what's worse, it being in there alive or dead.
I mean, the whole point is that it somehow got in here and somebody brought it in.
I know, right? Okay, now it's even worse. Ugh, I don't even like getting in there at all.
Well, it's
Wait.
like if like an ant got into the bathtub or something. In this case, just like a
I know, right?
Don't you hate it when like giant sewer monsters just get into your trash?
Especially when they come into the toilet.
That's
Alright.
excusey. Might be worse. Yay, the ship's gonna float off in space and you'll never see it again. It just
I
floats
know,
goes
right?
and goes ship. Maybe Kate Skywalker will come across it 100 years later or something, right?
Oh, the Imperial City. Oh my god, this is gonna be a freaking slaughterfest.
What? You're just basically doing the equivalent of breaking into the Imperial, like, you know, Pentagon or something.
And then I don't
And
know
then
who,
having, you know,
I don't know who does this, but shooting their machine guns all over the place and shaking their head with their tongue going all over the place, going.
well, it gets better because you also get to do it while Palpatine's presumably on the planet.
I know, right? I
So
bet
how
that would
the
make
heck
him.
did this guy survive?
I bet that would make him really pissed. Okay. Anowet. I don't want to go through that again. You said that there was an Ewok Easter egg on
Yes.
Ram's head. I'm gonna say
Yeah, that one's at the end, though. I would rather recommend you go to the Fest level first. That will get it faster. It's the same Ewok.
but you said it was before the Fest level.
It is on Fest, I said, and then it's also on that one. So you go to Fest. Yeah, research facility. Yep. And then if you go there, and then you want to type in the Lepogo cheat first,
Okay.
and invincibility if you need it. And I don't remember exactly where it's at, but I know it's at the very start of the map. All right. So activate the equipping and invincibility.
All right. Just tell me where to go first.
All right, you're gonna. Well, no worries. Wait, stop.
Uh huh.
If you turn around and face, you want to go that way. You're literally gonna hug the walls until you flip into one of them. Yep. And then, yeah, basically you're gonna use Lepogo as your clipping sheet. And I could try to look up exactly where it is, but I know it's against that one of those walls right there at the start. Ewok, Dark Forces, Best Research. Okay, and get the exact. You'll actually have to find it though there, but let me just do this real quick. Yeah, and then basically you're gonna use Lepogo or whatever to find it, which is the clipping sheet. That's not happening.
Okay. Well, this goes to the. Where the ship is.
Let's see.
Is it-
Ewok,
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Dark Forces, Best.
Oh, is it right here?
Find out. Could be.
Oh, what the hell? There's
Well,
equipment
there's
here?
that, but that's. I mean, there is that one, but I want to find out exactly what this one is. Let's see.
Oh wait, no, I know where this is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, it can't be here.
Why is it not?
I know here is where you find the ship.
Is the doggone. They really like to hide this stuff now, and I don't know why.
See, I know that the ship is here, and it looks like it's crashed into the wall.
Yeah, that's basically around where you want to find it. Is somewhere around one of those walls. Ewok, Fest. And it is in this version of the game as well, but they're just trying to hide everything with it. Ewok, Fest, Research, Dark Forces. Come on.
Oh shit! I found something. Hold on.
That might
Right
be
here-
it. I
right
remember
here.
that wall. That's the one. Yep. Go in that room and then activate the walls. One of them will open, and then you'll be surprised. But it is one of the walls you're going to use it the activate command on. Go. There it is.
Oh, it's this thing. Huh.
Mhm.
I thought that was.
You can shoot it.
No, yeah, I know I could shoot it. I thought that this was an asset from a customized asset. I didn't know if this was
It's
that
in the
this was
game.
actually an Easter egg. But yeah, I remember Pat used. Was it Pat or is it? No, it was Matt and Brian used this on their Dark Tide series. But I thought it was a custom asset. I didn't know it was a actual Easter egg. And then and then he smolders. Oh, nice. So it's a hidden wall. Yeah, it's an Easter egg, all right. Huh. Wow, that's funny. I did not know that was an modern asset or a
No worries.
native asset.
And by the way, real quick, may I ask, have you ever done a double Trilla challenge on Fallen Order?
I don't think I played Fallen Order.
Which games do you usually play, if I may ask, like FPSs or
On where?
something else? Do you usually play FPSs or lightsaber combat?
When was the last time I played Star Wars FPS? I think the last time I played a Star Wars FPS was the original Battlefront series.
Uh,
I didn't. Yeah, I did not
No
get
worries.
into. I did not get into anything else after that, and much
No
less
worries.
anything that was made by EA. Or
That's understandable.
I'll rephrase that. Yes, I tried the EA Battlefront series like once or twice, and then I just fell out of it. I don't know what was lacking on it, but it was just not charming to me. All right. Anyway, I am going to
Go yourself.
leave to dinner real quick, and I will be back later. So
No
yeah,
worries.
I will check y'all later. Thanks for watching,
No
and
worries. Enjoy.
see you later.